like to welcome you to one of my first FPS's, Medal of Honor Allied Assault. This game, like I said, one of my first FPS games, World War II FPS. At the time, graphics top of the line. I mean, you couldn't find a World War II FPS better at the time of Allied Assault. And I mean, I'd still play it today if I didn't have like Call of Duty 2 or something. But these graphics are amazing. The online for an FPS with this game, just terrific. And EA Games did a great job. I have so much respect for EA Games for doing all that they do with video games and creating them how a gamer would like them. And I just remember playing this game every day I got it home from school. Me and my brother would chill, play this game, sit together online. The map was named Crossroads. We get in this window and just snipe with the M1 Garand, and we thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And this game was followed by its expansion, Spearhead, which updated graphics. Each expansion updated graphics, which EA Games did a great job as well. More missions, more multiplayer maps, stuff like that. Then with its expansion, Breakthrough, same situation, updated graphics, more missions, more different weapons, graphics updated on each weapon, and and difficulty got harder. The AI definitely got smarter, and then Medal of Honor's newest release, Pacific Assault. I mean, graphics that of Call of Duty 2. It's a great game. This actually took me like 2 hours to beat, which is a lot compared to most games. And I've played it online, a little, and it's really cool because you're playing online, against Japanese, and you can do like team calls and you hear them in Japanese say it, which is pretty cool how they got the language in there. But updated graphics, great game. I recommend every Medal of Honor game that's ever came out, and I could go on the lines to say for any system because I've heard great things about every Medal of Honor game. Guild Wars? The best thing about this game is that it was free online play. It costs like $80 to get it, but as long as it's got that free online play, I played this game for a lot of hours. All my friends got it, and we all were like in a little tribe or whatever, and it was good. But then it was a click and forget game, just like all these games. Like we go to a place where there's enemies, and all you have to do is click and your guys fire, and you can run around the block or fix you a banana and peanut butter sandwich and come back up, and they'll be still fighting or finished, and you have the experience. And so I really didn't like that, but I really don't like World of Warcraft, where you have to like buy cards to play the game. You pay $50 for the game. Why should you pay monthly to play it? I think that's kind of cheap. Like, think about it, Jeff. Like, if you bought like 4 cards at $25 each, for just like 4 months, like that's like
$100.
$100. Like that's a lot of money for to play a game online, where like I don't know how far that gets you in life. Viacom, I'll say this again, one of the best FPS games I've ever played in my life. Me and my buddy Jeff and my brother, my friend Simon, we would play this game non-stop hours till the middle of the night. And when this first came out, great graphics playing VC. You have your squad, you have a radio man, and online you can be an engineer, you can be a medic, you can be a radio man, you can be just a soldier, you can be a sniper. And it opens so much more things for FPS games, like online, your guy can have like a silenced pistol and he runs faster with that out, or a knife, and then a lot of games, did that before and after. But I just think this game, playing online on Halong Port was a map that we would always play. Capture the flag. It was in this capture the flag. When you went across to get the enemy's flag and you got it, it didn't like show up above your head. It actually was rolled up on your backpack, which was awesome. and Gathering did an awesome job with this game, and I would pay, like I paid $50 for it here, I'd pay $100 if if this was the only game I ever played with on my computer, I'd be satisfied. And then it came out with its expansion, which was more maps, more missions, a little updated graphics, not too much more, but just a great game. And then a few years later, it took a while, came with Viacom 2. Now, I also had to get this online because it wasn't on the shelves much, because I believe, in my opinion, 2K games should stick to sports games. They took Viacom, such a great game, and kind of like, kind of laid Viacom out, and then kind of took like a knife, cut it up, and then kind of like took all the cut up pieces and kind of like threw them in the air, and then maybe caught a few of them, put them in this game. And then everything else from the game is new. Nothing relates to original Viacom. Different graphics. It's always laggy on the internet. Laggy in single player. Don't you dare say it's my computer, because it's not. And it's just, you can play up to 64 people online. Like, 64 people didn't even buy it, counting the producers. Like, it's not what they make it out to be. I think they should have spent more time on it. I think they should have, kept more of those pieces from Viacom. And this game could have been one of the greatest games of all time, in my opinion, FPS. But instead, it's one of the worst, because nobody has it, because it didn't sell, because all it took was one guy to get it, tell all his buddies, hey, I bought the game. No. Lego Star Wars. I bought this game for $30. They now have Lego Star Wars, the original trilogy. This is episodes 1 to 3. They now have 4 to 6 out. And honestly, great game, a lot of fun. Again, with the Lego, I love Legos. I still like Legos. I think, just all the possibilities you have with Legos and Lego games. It just makes it fun for kids. And I think it's really good to have some video games out there that, little noobs can start out on, before they get into, like, too much violence, too much graphics, stuff like that. It's just a great game, and the graphics on this game were good. I'm not saying that at all. And you can use lightsabers and kind of, kill someone, and they fall in like little Lego pieces, and then they get back together. It's pretty cool. And I do recommend this, and I haven't played the original trilogy, but I recommend that, and I haven't even played it. But I do trust Lego, and they definitely know what they're doing. Doom 3. A lot different from Doom 2. A lot different. That's what my cousin said. That's what I stand by. The graphics are amazing, but I really haven't played it that much. Yeah, the seal was cut. I'm surprised. Because I kind of got it, and when I open this, that throws out realism right there. And just like, I don't know, like this guy right here, I thought it'd be cool to be him and kind of like, save, the world or whatever from all these monsters. But just kind of playing it and watching other people play it, I just didn't like it. There's no realistic at all. It's just like killing monsters, Like, let me set it down real quick, but like, what game do you want to play where you're walking around with a gun the size of your shoulder, shoots like, blasts that makes a screen flash, and, something goes and like destroys all these enemies, down the hall, down this way, down that way. Like, that's not realistic at all. Like, that's dumb. I mean, if you get an FPS type game, you want a game, where you got a silencer pistol, maybe a knife in the back in case your pistol falls down, an M16 strapped on with a few grenades on each side. I mean, you gotta be ready for action. You can't have a flashlight and then a gun that, wraps around your back on your shoulder that's too heavy for real life. Like, that guy on the back couldn't carry some of those guns in there. I mean, he looks like a little wimp. He couldn't carry the flashlight, to be honest. I don't know. I want to get Doom 3. Grand Theft Auto: The Classics Collection. I actually bought Grand Theft Auto 2 and I had Grand Theft Auto 1 on my mom's old computer, but I saw this, and for $10, what a great deal. You have Grand Theft Auto the original, Grand Theft Auto London 1969, where you can drive Austin Powers' car, and then GTA 2. Such great games. I mean, there's no limitations, open driving, killing people. That's pretty violent, and as a little kid, seeing that kind of got me, to where I am today, killing people and stuff. But, no, just kidding. But honestly, like, such a great game. Like, Grand Theft Auto, in my opinion, started out one of the best series ever in computer games. Because having GTA 2, where you learn respect is everything. You have to do things for certain gangs to gain their respect, and when you do, they give you cars, they give you money, you earn all this. And that's how real life is, to be honest. In some areas, you have to gain respect. You're nothing to a lot of people out there. And playing GTA 2 kind of opened my eyes and realized, you need to go out and gain respect. Now, I'm not telling you to go gain respect by doing something for a gang. I'm just saying that game opened up how some areas are. So, great game. And then they came out with Grand Theft Auto 3, which was a completely different twist. Updated graphics. I mean, amazing graphics, although the guy doesn't say a word that you are, which kind of makes me think like his mouth's glued shut or something. But, you never know. Just the graphics are amazing on Grand Theft Auto 3 as well as Vice City. Both these games are kind of the same as far as, missions type thing. All Grand Theft Autos, you do missions for different people type thing. And just great games. The possibilities are amazing. The weaponry you can have, you can get in cars, steal cars, all that. You can pick up a prostitute, drive in taxis, do taxi work for money, get in a fire truck, put out fires for money, police work, all that. And it's just, it's realistic, to be honest, but it's also, there's just an endless possibilities. Like, you can play, honestly, Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City just for a very long time. I beat them, but I haven't beat them 100%. There's just so much you can do. But the negative on these two games and the positive on Grand Theft Auto 2 is that Grand Theft Auto 2 allows you to play LAN. 3 and Vice City do not, which stinks. True Crime Streets of LA was able to go online and LAN. Online, amazing. GTA 2, playing LAN, with 4 of your buddies going around in the same town, like killing each other, that's awesome. And just trying to run over each other, like, I had such a great time, but I do recommend all 3 games. Army Men RTS. As I before showed you all the other Army Men games I have, they weren't really RTS. You didn't have, like, build-up base type thing. You kind of were just set with what you had and went out and did missions, which isn't a bad thing. But when I saw this game, I fell in love. Just the idea of having a base where you can build your own army men, like you build little plastic bazooka guy, machine gunner, tanks, helicopters, and the way you get, money, to build things, it's you get plastic. You go out and your little, like, bulldozer guy melts something that's plastic, then gathers that plastic, takes it back to your HQ or, your supply, and then you can make takes from it. And it's so awesome because it's, tan versus green. You can be either side, and it's just awesome seeing, like, all this gunfire, and then, and then you just realize, it's Plastic Men, and it's just for fun. So, in a way, this game could be good for, me. I'm 18 years old, and I'd love to play this game, or, someone younger, a lot younger, 13, 12, maybe 10 even, if you're on a computer that young. I know I was, but not all kids were. Ground Control 2. As I stated before, this is a sequel to Ground Control. Amazing graphics, and amazing screenshot possibilities. The only problem with this game is, like I said, it's drops. It's not like an RTS where you build up a base. But online, you can join the game at any time. If there's 3 people playing in a 4-person map type game, you can join halfway through the map. You're behind, which stinks, but how most of the games were set up that I tried to join. I would join in the middle, then people would call me noob and stuff because I didn't have tanks because I just joined, and then they'd be like, oh, how come I got bishop on my team? I have a disadvantage and stuff like that. And like, if someone calls me a noob, obviously they're noob, but I don't know, I just didn't like the fact that you can join spontaneously whenever you want it. So I do recommend the game because the single player is amazing. Multiplayer LAN could be fun against a buddy, but the internet kind of a little subpar.